Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm now
Super.
requesting everybody to please turn your camera on. Okay? I wanna see you now. Wow. All right. Everybody, turn your camera on now. Hello? How about the others? All right, so before we begin, okay, let's begin with a doxology. To be led by Miss Trixie May Bukan. Wait a minute. She will be singing her rendition of the song of Mariah Carey's When You Believe, okay? Her prayer for Africa. Wait a minute.
Ngayon, nagkakaproblema po sa device ko. Ayaw po mag-share screen.
I'll be the one to share. I'll be the one to share your video.
Ay, okay.
Wait a minute. Let's invoke the presence of our Almighty God through this doxology. To be led by, again, by Miss Trixie May Bukat from 11 ICP4.
There's can be miracle when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracle you cannot achieve? When you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. In this time of fear, when praise so open blows and rain, hope seems like a summer breeze to swiftly blow away. And now I'm standing here, my heart so holy can explain, speaking faith and speaking words I never know will say. There can be miracle when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what's miracle you cannot achieve? When you believe, somehow you will. You will when you believe. There's always something when you ask, and it's up to give in your faith. But when you're blinded by your faith, you can see where the truth is. A small but sail the rainbow, a sail's very it's hard to give. You cannot give. Somehow you will. Somehow you will when you you will when you
Thank you very much once again, Miss Trixie May Bukad from ICT4 for delivering today's doxology. Again, I'm requesting everybody to turn their camera on. Okay, I'm seeing Miss Almoguera's camera, and she's very much prepared for today. Okay, so how about the others? Let me share my screen once more. Wait a minute. Can you see my screen now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this time around, Again, welcome to our program, okay, discussion of African literature. Okay, so we're going to discuss few of African literature or some of the works of their famous writers, again, in Africa. Okay, so this is the official second classroom observation of yours truly today. Okay, so now let me remind you of our classroom rules. Okay, so be on time, sign at least 10 minutes before class. Be prepared. So all your things must be prepared before joining the online class, and turn on your camera, okay? So we can see each other. Don't eat during online class session. Dress appropriately. So I ask you to have something African related in your body, right? So make sure that it's something comfortable but presentable. And mute your microphone when you are not talking. Okay. But of course, if I'm asking you to recite, okay, or to participate, one at a time, you're going to unmute your microphone. Okay. And also raise your hand, okay, if you want to talk or to ask me for help. Okay. And finally, enjoy learning. Let's enjoy this new kind of learning. Now for our attendance checking, I'm seeing, okay, we're almost 30 now on Zoom. That's very nice. Okay. And again, another reminder, we're going to have our separate class on Messenger for those who are not able to make it today. Okay. So now, let's play a game. So this will serve as your review for your previous modules. Okay. I'm going to call this game Wika Rambulan. Okay, are you familiar with this game? Hello? Are you familiar with this game? How do you play this game? Hello? How about Christian Amamag? How do you play this game? Do you know? Are you familiar with this game?
I'm not familiar po sa game po.
Okay. So it's like a sounds like game. Okay. So you're going to read it aloud. So you could what? Identify the names of the authors. So you're going to identify the names of authors, famous authors from all over the world. Okay. Famous writers in the 21st century literature. Okay. So these authors come from all over the world. Okay. Some of them are from the Philippines, from Latin America, from America, and also again from all other parts of the world. Okay, so I'm going to call some names and you're going to read. Okay, so again, it's a sounds like game. You're going to pronounce every sound so you could identify who they are. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Carl Daniel Estavillo, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's begin. Okay. Go, you read it and tell me and write the correct spelling in the chat box. Come on, you shout and read his name aloud.
John Gray Rain.
Come on, faster. So who is this writer?
John Gray Rain.
John Gray Rain. Oh, faster, faster. So you could identify who that is.
John Gray Rain. John Gray Rain.
Okay, he is the person behind The Fault in Our Stars. Okay. I already
Sorry,
heard
sir.
it. It's okay, can you please type the correct spelling in the chat box? He is John Green. Very good. Can you please type the correct spelling in the chat box, Carl? Hello, I'm waiting. How do you spell the word John Green? Okay, very good. Next, okay, I'll be calling Karen Garcia. Hello, Karen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po.
Okay, how about this? Read it as fast as you can. Go. Come on, Karen, read it.
Nicholas.
The person behind A Walk to Remember, The Notebook, A Message in a Bottle. He is, come on, you read it. So you could tell me the correct spelling. Come on, Karen, read it as fast as you can. The answer is, come on, read it aloud. Nicholas Forks. Okay, Nicholas Sparks. Nicholas Sparks, very good. Next, how about Atensha? Read it, please. I wanna hear it from you guys. How about you, Dante? Dante, can you please read it? Wika Rambulan, go.
Sir.
Go. Read it. You have to read it aloud so I could count your answer. This is?
Sir, may sagot po.
Read it first. I want to hear it from you.
J.K. Rowling.
Okay. And she is?
J.K. Rowling.
Okay. And she's famous for which work?
Harry Potter.
Harry
series.
Potter, very good. J.K. Rowling, very good. Okay, next. How about this?
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the song and you want to download or stream it or get sheet music for
Hello. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're done with our first game. Again, the game is called Wika Rambulan. Okay, so now let's review. Who is this again? He is
John Green.
John
John
Green. Okay. So mine. His famous book is titled.
The Fault in Our Stars.
Okay, very good. How about this? We're done with our game earlier, right? So this is.
Nicholas Sparks.
Okay. Nicholas Sparks. Samples of his works are. Samples of his works. Nicholas Sparks are. Anyone? Hello? Nicholas Sparks. Again, turn your microphone off. You're not talking. Hello? So again, I'm asking. Whose mic is on? Hello? Turn your microphone off. Hello? Again, Nicholas Sparks. Famous works are. All right. Famous works are. Hello, can you hear me?
Sir,
Nicholas
the
Sparks.
lucky one.
Okay, the lucky one. What else?
A walk to remember.
A walk to remember, and many more, right? Like a message in a bottle, the notebook. Okay, how about this? She is. Who is she again?
J.K. Rowling.
Okay. The woman behind the series titled
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Very good. How about this? Ivan. Who is he again?
Neil Gaiman.
Okay, Neil Gaiman. For his work,
Coraline.
Coraline. Very good. How about this? How about him?
Gabriel.
Marquez.
Okay. From which continent again?
Latin America.
Latin America.
Latin America.
Specifically from Colombia, right? Okay. How about him? A Filipino writer.
Miguel Sihuco.
Okay. And he won award for his essays and novels. And one essay is titled, again, famous work of Miguel Sihuco is
Ilustrado.
Ilustrado. Very good. Okay. And lastly, from Netflix, Netflix's series, 13.
Budgetan.
Okay, or Budgetan. Okay, that's.
Abad.
Can you please type the correct spelling of his name? Anyone? Type it in the chat box. One of the writers of 13, okay, of Netflix. One of the famous Netflix series, trending series. Okay, again, spelling of his name. Okay, very good. Budgetan. So now, so we're done with our review. I'm going to ask you now to read a poem. Okay? But this time around, I want you to rely on your own reflexes. Okay? Rely on your own understanding. Okay? So don't cheat. Don't look for the meaning of the poem. Okay? From Google. Okay? Am I clear?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
clear? Okay. So again, I want you to type it in the chat box. Whatever description or meaning that you can think. Okay. So this poem is titled The Emperor's New Sonnet
New sonnet.
by Jose Garcia Villa. Okay, one of the national artists for literature. Again, I will be on the next slide, of course, I'm going to show you his famous and again his poem which received a national award. Okay. Again, tell me words or descriptions that can describe why this new sonnet, Emperor's New Sonnet, or his work became very famous, or why did he get the award? Okay, for his work. Okay. So again, don't look for the meaning from Google. Okay, just rely on your own understanding. There is no right or wrong answer. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your time starts now. Emperor's New Sonnet by Jose Garcia Villa. Go. This is his poem. Start typing now. What is the meaning of this poem? Type it now. Come on. 2 minutes. Again, just rely on your own understanding. Just ask yourself what the special meaning behind this multi-awarded poem from Jose Garcia Villa. Again, don't rely from internet. Don't surf the net. Okay? At this point. There is no right or wrong answer. Don't worry. O go. Type your answers now. Key in. 2 minutes starts now. Hello? Come on. Type your answers now. What do you think is the meaning of the poem? Okay. Why is it relatable to many? Emerson. Come on. Complete your answer. What else? How about Ivan? Ivan, hello.
Hello, sir.
What do you think of his poem? Do you find it beautiful? Do you find it very meaningful? Come on. Rely on your own understanding, okay? Come on, tell me. What comes in your mind? There is no right or wrong answer. Don't worry. Come on, what comes in your mind?
I don't know if this is a technical problem, but I see nothing. And if that is what it is, then I think this poem, being nothing as it is, I think it is subjective.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it is subjective because whoever sees it, they will think differently, or maybe they can
How about
extract
your
different
personal,
meanings about it.
meaning?
I think
Does it have any
mm,
special meaning to you, Ivan?
maybe peace,
Okay. So
because
you
it's
sense
not
peace. Okay. What
because it's
else?
not complicated, because it's not complicated.
Okay. How about Dante? Hello, Dante. Can you hear me? Is Dante around? Dante, hello. Okay. How about Vanessa? One more person. Okay. Vanessa, hello.
Sir, wait lang po.
Okay. How about Patrick Makinano from ICT4? Hello. Patrick. Come on, there is no right or wrong answer. I will check your responses in the chat box. Come on, key in your answers. What else? How about Trixie? Hello, Trixie. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. This is literature. Don't worry. Hello. Karen Garcia. What comes in your mind? Christian Amamag. Hello. Okay, according to Hazel. Christian, can you hear me? It's all about power. Okay. How about you, Christian Amama? Can you hear me? Can I be heard? How about you, Carl? Carl Daniel. Okay, Carl,
Sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What can you how do you describe this poem? Do you find it meaningful? What comes in your mind once I flashed it earlier?
Sir, I have no idea, sir.
No idea. No, come on, anything that comes in your mind. What does it mean? Why does
Sir,
he
what is
get
the title again, sir?
The Emperor's New Sonnet? And why do you think it got many awards? He sends nothing. Okay. According to Christian, he sees pure beauty. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to review. Again, this is titled The Emperor's New Sonnet. And this is in reference with the famous fiction, The Emperor's New Clothes. Are you familiar with that? Fiction by Hans Andersen. Hello? Are you familiar with that? With that fiction, with that tale, kid's tale, the Emperor's New Clothes. Can you, Ivan, are you familiar with that?
Sir, no, sir.
Emperor's New Clothes?
No, sir. I'm not familiar with that.
Who's familiar with it? How about Christian? Christian, I know you're familiar with it. What is the story of the Emperor's New Clothes? He got fooled, right? He got fooled. How did he get fooled in the story? Hello? No one is familiar with it? Okay. Anyway, in the story, okay, because of his pride, okay, the emperor's pride, okay, somebody made him believe that he was wearing the most elegant clothes, okay, but he's actually wearing nothing, okay. He was what? He was fooled because according to that guy, to that businessman, okay, only wise men could see and appreciate what you're wearing. So he is making himself believe that he's wearing the most elegant clothes. Do you now recall the story? So he went outside the palace, okay, and then he's very proud of himself, wearing nothing, okay. He's literally wearing nothing. The emperor's new clothes. Do you now recall the story? Ivan, have you heard of it before? Or this is your first time hearing
Unfortunately,
it?
this is the first time I've heard about it.
Really? Okay. It's very famous. Hans Andersen wrote it, okay. So one sewer, okay, made him believe that he's wearing the most elegant clothes for the okay. He sew it for the emperor, okay. And the key there is you would only appreciate it if you're wise, okay. If you're smart, and the emperor is boasting his what his himself, okay, so much, okay, to the point that even though he's not seeing anything, okay, he's not literally seeing anything, okay, any cloth, okay, he fooled himself, okay. So again, Jose Garcia Villa, okay, in reference with that, revealed that actually this poem, there is really no poem, okay. There is really no words, okay. There's, according to Ivan earlier, there might be technical difficulty, but actually this is really the PowerPoint presentation, okay. There is really no words, okay. There are no words in the poem. And some of you responded with, I saw power, I saw beauty, okay. I saw purity, okay, peace. But actually, one lesson here is sometimes we need to listen to our innocence, okay. So some of you, I got to interview some of you earlier, and they responded with, sir, I don't think so, okay, or sir, sorry, I don't have any idea right now, because that's the correct response, okay. There's really nothing in the poem. There's really nothing to interpret from the very, to begin with, okay. So this serves as our motivation for today's lesson, okay. So Jose Garcia Villa got so many awards because of this, okay. Many writers, many teachers and professors come up with so many interpretations out of the poem, but according to him, there is really no poem at all, okay. And he got awarded, and he got the National Artist for Literature. This is only one of his works, okay. Amazing, right? So again, that's the lesson, one major lesson from this, okay. Sometimes we need to listen to our innocence, okay. We don't need to make things complicated because there's really nothing, okay. Sometimes we make things connected, okay. We try to complicate things. This situation is somewhat related to this situation. They're connected, interconnected. But actually there's no connection at all, okay. They only come out of or from from coincidence, pure coincidence, okay. There's really nothing, okay. Sometimes we have to listen to our innocence. We have to listen to our to the kid inside us, that I don't see anything, there's no meaning, that's it, okay. So again, this serves as our motivation, because we're going to read, okay, later on, works from African author, okay. It will describe what's going on in their country, and again, this serves as our motivation. This is one way to interpret literature. Sometimes you don't need to to think of any special meaning. You only get what you read, okay. You see what you read, that's it, okay. You only need to to listen to your innocence and to the kid inside you, okay. We don't need to make things complicated as we interpret literature, okay. Am I clear, Ivan and company? Ivan, do you have questions? Karen, Trixie, Ivan, hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Do you
No,
agree
sir.
with what I'm talking about here?
Wala na po.
Okay. Ivan, what's your response?
To what, sir?
To my explanation. Is it fascinating?
Yeah, I thought it was,
Does he deserve the award, do you think? Jose Garcia Villa?
I think with the intention that he has, maybe he deserves the award.
Okay. All right. So now you are ready. Okay. But before we read the poem from Wally Soyinka, okay, let me introduce to you what interpretive reading is. Okay. So it's when a person reads aloud from a written literary script in a way that makes it feel as though it is being performed, though the person is not performing the script. Okay. So I have asked the group of Mr. Ivan, okay, and his members to read the poem that we're going to interpret today. Okay. So they have recorded themselves reading the poem. Okay. And then later on, we're going to interpret line by line. Okay. So let's hear it from the first group. Wait a minute. Let me share my screen. Christian, hello. Are you here? Christian.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. How about your response? Did he receive did he deserve the award? Jose Garcia Villa. Did
Yep.
he why? Why do you think so? Why do you think he deserves the award for, for submitting a blank poem? Okay. Why do you think he deserves the award for that? Christian, hello, I'm asking you. Christian, did we lose you? All right. So anyway, I'm going to ask him later again. So let me share my screen now. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. Can you see my screen now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Presents an interpretive reading of telephone conversation written by Wally Soyinka.
The price reasonable. Location indifferent. The price reasonable. Location indifferent. The landlady's where she live off premises. Nothing remained but self-confession.
Madam, I warned. I hate a wasted journey. I am African. Silence.
Silence transmission of pressurized good breathing.
Voice shrinking, lipstick coated, longer rolled cigarette holder pin. Cut I was falling. How dark? I have not misheard. Are you light or very dark? Bottom B, bottom A. Stench of a rancid breath of a public hide and speak.
Read both, read pillar box, read double-tiered, oblique sculptural tar. It It was a real shame by a minor in silence, surrender Bush, dumbfounded to make self-definition.
Considerate she was, varying the emphasis. Are you dark or very light? Revelation came. You mean like plain or milk chocolate? Her assent was clinical, crushing in its light impersonality. Rapidly, wavelength adjusted, I chose West African sepia, and as afterthought, down in my passport.
Silence for spectroscoping, flight of fancy, till truthfulness clang her accent hard on the mouthpiece. What's that? Concealing. Don't know what that is.
Like brunette. That's dark, isn't it? Not altogether. Facially I am brunette, but madam, you should see the rest of me. Palms of my hand, soles of my feet are a peroxide blonde. Friction caused, foolishly madam, by sitting down has turned my bottom raven black. One moment, madam.
Sensing her receiver ring on the thunder clock. About my ears, madam, I pleaded. Wouldn't you rather see for yourself?
Group 1 present.
Good evening and welcome to our TV show. Our guest tonight is Mr.
Hello. All right. Very good. Ivan's group for delivering an interpretive reading. Okay. And now, before we dig into the poem, okay, the very poem that we're going to discuss this afternoon, okay, another group led by Miss Mirabel did a role play interview, okay, with the author, whose name is Mr. Wally Soyinka. So let's get to hear it from the second group.
Good evening and welcome to our TV show. Our guest tonight is Mr. Wal Showinka, who is a well-known personality because of his telephone conversation poem. So let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
It's an honor for us to have with us a great personality who has consumed himself to light the society. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitations.
Can you tell me about yourself?
I am Akawande, Olowol, Babatude, Soyenka. You can call me Wool. I'm a Nigerian playwright, novelist, poet, and essayist. In the English language, I was born in Yoruba family, Abokota.
Why you wrote the telephone conversations?
I am trying to highlight the impact of racial discrimination in the microstructure of society.
What is there in your written poem entitled Telephone Conversation?
Telephone Conversation is a poem about racism and the ingrained mindset of certain white people who, for whatever reason, discriminate on the grounds of race and in particular skin color.
Thank you so much for being on the show today. I'd like for you to close us with whatever is on your heart and mind. And once again, thank you so much.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, amazing presentations from Group 1, again, for their interpretive reading and for the role play interview with our author, okay, from our person of interest today, okay, Mr. Wally Soyinka. Okay, so again, our poem this afternoon is titled Telephone Conversation by Wally Soyinka. So before I begin discussing the meaning line by line, okay, tell me what comes in your mind when you hear telephone, okay? Telephone becomes very significant, okay? For what reason? How does it become very significant? What does it address? What does it connect? Okay, tell me. Hello? Trixie Bukad, hello? Hello? How about Jonas? Jonas Angeles? From ICT, Jonas. What does telephone symbolize for you? Any volunteer? How about you, Dante Benavente? Hello? Okay, Francine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Francine. I'll call you again later. Okay, Francine. Telephone.
For me, it symbolizes communication. Yes, communication.
And how does communication become very important nowadays, especially in the middle of pandemic? How do we get connected?
We can talk with our friends like face to face via telephone, and we can ask and answer question instantly, which is possible for them to connect with each other. So
Okay,
it made a distant talk possible.
all right. Okay, how about you, Dante? Telephone. What would happen if telephones were not, would not have been invented in the first place? And then we're in the middle of pandemic. Would there be no internet connections, gadgets? How do you picture the situation in the middle of pandemic? Come on, what comes in your mind, Dante?
Actually, it's kind of hard to communicate to each other. Even now, we're in the middle of the pandemic. We need to have a good care or something that we can help someone. It will be hard for everyone since there will be no communication.
Okay, so how is it important to you to communicate to your family members? How is it important to you to receive messages from them?
It's really important since we are the one who I love the most, and yes.
Okay. Who else? How about, okay, one more. How about Carl Daniel Estavillo? Carl, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Carl. How does telephone or cell phone become so much relevant to you?
Sir, maybe because it's another means of communication to other people that is very far away from me.
Okay, very far away from you. What is the first thing that you do once when you wake up in the morning? Do you check your phone? Does it become your
I
routine?
drink water.
And you drink water. And how about checking your phone?
I do that after I fix my bed.
So how is receiving messages from your family become meaningful to you? That's my last question before I give you the final link.
Sir, pardon, sir.
Come on. How is receiving messages from your family members, from your friends in the middle of pandemic become so important to you? Do you exchange messages with your family members who are not in Manila, or your friends from from other?
Sometimes, sir.
How is it important to you that you receive messages from them? Okay, we're going to okay, Carl. Okay, hold your horses. We're gonna wait for a response. Okay, I'll give you another link. Okay, this serves as your final link for today's discussion. Okay, so I'll give you an your final link. You can now leave the meeting.
Thanks for watching. If you like the song and you want to
Good afternoon once again. Can you hear me? This is the final link
Yes,
of the
sir.
day's
Yes, sir.
meeting. Okay. So as you were saying, Carl, again, how is receiving messages from your family become so meaningful to you in the middle of pandemic?
Sir, since this pandemic, the social interaction towards the family members decrease. So that's why when I see a message coming from a family from province or just from other city, like I feel like there's a reconnection between us, reminiscing the days when we were together and then talking about something.
Okay. So
Yes,
now,
sir.
thank you very much for sharing, Carl. Uh-huh.
Recording in progress.
So first 5 lines. Okay. A guy here is looking for, what is he looking for? I want to make this discussion much engaging and much interactive as much as possible. So bear with me if I ask questions and I demand answers from you. Come on. The man was what? was actually on a telephone booth. Okay. And again, that's why he's on a telephone booth, because again, he's going to a place. Okay, he's going to somewhere. Okay, and he's looking for a place to. Yes, Ivan.
He's looking for a place to stay.
A place to
Or a
stay.
place.
And how does he describe it?
Indifferent.
Or in other words, the place is just
Uh,
ordinary, right? It seems
Yes.
it seems nothing to bother about, right? To be bothered about, okay? The price is reasonable, okay? And the landlady swore that she would not live with him, right? She would live off premises. So the contact person won't be living nearby. Okay? So I think that's a fair deal, right? I'm going to rent a place in your city. Okay, the price is fair, is reasonable. The location is ordinary. There's nothing to, let's say, the safety. Okay, the ventilation, the environment, and all. It's indifferent. Okay, it's another word for ordinary. Okay, nothing to be bothered about. And again, another thing there is the landlady. What do you think would be the difference if the landlady decided to live in the place? Is that a good news that your landlady or landlord would live in a different place? What do you prefer? The landlady would prefer your landlady or landlord would live nearby? What do you think? Dante, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. What do you prefer? If I'm going to ask you, if you're going to rent a place, landlady or landlord would live nearby or not?
I would prefer if they will live nearby. So
Okay,
they,
why?
if in case that you need anything or something that bothers you, you can tell them and they quickly take an action for that.
What if that landlady would leave the next door, few inches away from your door, the next door? Would you feel comfortable?
In actually personally, it will be good for me actually. It's just for me. It's good.
Okay, just for you.
Even
It won't distract you.
yes, because if I will live in a place where actually if I rent in the place where it's my first time here, it will be comfortable for me since I don't know that place or something that if something will happen, I have someone to come into.
I understand because you're very young, okay? But as you mature in life, as you age, okay, as you get older, you would want more personal space, right? Even your landlady space would bother you, right? Okay. Of course, you want your personal space. You want you want visitors. Okay, you want you want noise. You don't want others to remind you of rules from time to time. Okay, but again, since you're very young, I understand that if you need anything, you can just communicate with your landlady. Okay, if he or she just lives nearby, right? But again, that's the initial scenario here. Okay, that's what he wanted. Okay, he's a guy looking for for a place to stay, and the price seems reasonable. Location is ordinary. Location is good, and the landlady is would give him would give him a personal space that he needed. Okay, nothing remained but self-confession. Madam, I warned, I hate a wasted journey. I am African. Okay, I want to highlight the word confession. Why does he need to confess? Okay, and tell the person on the next line that, ma'am, okay, I'm about to, I'm about to, I'm expecting, okay, that you would what? You would allow me to rent in your place, okay? This is a fair deal, okay? But I don't wanna, what? I don't wanna waste my journey. I don't wanna go there and in the end you won't allow me. So now, okay, we're now on the telephone conversation going to tell you that I'm of African, okay? So this is the initial situation, okay? They haven't, of course, this is on a telephone conversation. They won't see each other, okay? But again, the word confession. Why do you have to confess your skin color? Why do you have to confess your nationality, right? This is something that would make us uncomfortable reading it, right? It would make us it's alarming that the author has used the word confession. Okay, why? Is he guilty of a sin? Is he guilty of of something, of a mistake? Okay, is he guilty of something that is not acceptable to any or to most of us? Okay, Madam, I warned. Okay, imagine warning. I'm warning you. Okay, I am African. Next line or next sets of lines. Okay. What was the response of the landlady? Everybody read. First word.
Silence.
Silence. Okay. Okay. Silence, transmission of pressurized good breathing. So stereotyping. Even the guy here, the African guy, got to stereotype the landlady. How does he describe the landlady? Ivan.
He described the landlady as
someone who
lipstick coated, long gold rolled cigarette, and cigarette holder pipped.
Yeah, pipped.
Yeah.
Okay. Or someone who is very arrogant, right?
Yes.
Looking decent, but someone who is very arrogant. Okay. Of course, he's on telephone, but he pictures that this person who is talking with is someone who is, who is enjoying his cigarette. And again, later on, the landlady began to speak. How dark? Okay. I had not misheard. Are you light or very dark? And he got surprised. And again, he's on the telephone booth. Button B, button A. It's like choosing two different options. Light or very dark. Stench of rancid breath of public hide and speak. Red booth, red pillar box, red double-tiered omnibus squelching tar. What does he feel when the landlady began to speak? How does he respond to her? Did he get mad? Did he get nervous? Feel nervous? Or afraid? What did he feel? Red booth, red box, and then he saw a bus coming. Okay, squelching tar. Okay, do you picture that out?
Anger.
Anger. Okay, and what else? It's like this is very symbolic. If he got discriminated, he feels like he's the tar. Okay. He pictures himself as what does he see again? The bus coming, and then the road was very, very slippery, and then there's tar on the road. And obviously tar is black, right? Tar is messy. And that's what he sees. Okay. The bus is going through going through, okay, and then it squelch, he sees the bus squelching tar, okay, or in other words, if he gets frustrated, okay, he gets mad, he feels like he's the tar, okay, getting squelched by getting what, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me show you. Okay, the picture of that. Okay, wait a minute. Uh-huh. So one word to describe squelching is suppressing. Okay, it suppresses his rights. And Tars looks like this. So let me share my screen again. It's like this. You see it? He got degraded. His rights were suppressed. And of course, Star was supposed to what? To be put on the road, right? To be flattened on the road. Because that's its very purpose, right? Like asphalt, road tar. Do you see the pictures? So if it's like this is what's going on. Okay, the bus, double-tiered bus like this. So obviously, where is he calling? Where is he? So he was looking for a place to stay, right? So obviously, where could you see this kind of booths, buses in which country or which continent in the world? Where could you see this?
America, sir.
Okay, in US or in late 70s, you could obviously see it in Europe, right?
Yes, sir.
Europe or in America. So obviously, it's not very poor. Okay, he's actually in Europe. He's looking for a place to stay. And that's how he describes what's going on. Okay, now let's go back to the poem. Okay. Are you light or very dark? Okay, and then imagine and coincidence. Okay, the bus came through him. Okay, and that's it. He saw the tar being squelched by the bus, and it made him feel bad. It made him feel more terrible. Okay. Next, it was real, shamed by ill-mannered silence. Surrendered, pushed, dumbfounded to big simplification. What do you mean by dumbfounded? Hello? What do you mean by dumbfounded?
He was like confused.
Okay.
He was like confused of what she meant by what she said.
Okay, because she was insisting, right? She was insisting to reveal, okay, his skin color, okay, his shade of color. Are you dark or very light? She was varying the emphasis. Okay, it's as if this guy was either dark or very light. Okay, no option, no middle options. You only have two options then. Okay, dark or very light. Okay. You mean like plain or milk chocolate? Now, the guy here started to sound satirical or comic or let me say satirical, comic, or sarcastic. Okay. He's trying to what? To ride on. He's trying to play his word to play with what's going on because he got so frustrated. He know he's mad. He know that what's going on is not right. Okay. But again, he's trying to ride on. Okay. He's trying to sound satirical, comic, or sarcastic. Okay. So this is how he responded. You mean like plain or milk chocolate? Her accent was clinical, crushing in its light and personality. So the landlady started to sound like a doctor who's asking him, okay, like clinical diagnosis. No, okay, I don't mean your comparison, plain or milk chocolate. Okay, I'm trying to sound clinical or I'm trying to sound like a doctor. Tell me, okay, tell me, are you dark or very light? Okay, I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm trying to sound clinical. Okay, I'm trying to sound like a doctor, trying to diagnose which, diagnose, okay, which disease could you probably have, something like that, okay? So she's like trying to sound like a doctor asking for symptoms. I chose West African sepia. Okay, that's how the guy responded. This is my color, West African sepia. And as afterthought, down in my passport, silence for spectroscopic, flight to fancy, till truthfulness clang her accent. Hard on the mouthpiece. Mouthpiece, what's that? Conceding. Don't know what that is. So obviously, the girl or the landlady didn't know what that is. Didn't know what West African sepia is. Like brunette. That's dark, isn't it? And again, this is the actual poem, okay? I didn't mean to capitalize these words. These are the very words from Wally Soyinka, okay? So she meant to, he meant to place these words in emphasis by putting all of these words or letters in capitalized, okay, for capitalized letters, okay, not all together. Now, since you don't understand or you don't know what West African sepia is because it's on the passport, it's like brunette. Okay. Do you know what brunette is? Hello? Are you familiar with it? Brunette. Red. Like this. Okay, or the color. Objects. Okay, like this. Like brunette. Okay, this color. So now I think you're much familiar with it. Since you don't know what West African sepia is, and I don't want to tell whether it's plain or milk chocolate. Okay, I'm now okay with describing myself, describing my skin color as brunette, something like brunette. Okay. And facially, I am brunette. But madam, you should see the rest of me. Palm of my hand, soles of my feet are a peroxide blonde. Friction caused. Okay. So imagine he's trying to sound comic or sarcastic. Ma'am, okay. I know you're really insisting how black, okay, how black am I, okay, as a person, as African. But again, not all parts of my body is black, okay. Palm of my head, soles of my feet are bland, okay, it's white. Not all parts of my body, okay, or is black. By sitting down, as has turned my bottom. Okay, what do you mean by bottom here? He's referring to his? Hello? He's referring to his?
Butts.
Okay, yes, he's referring to his butt. Raven the Black, the friction, okay, of sitting down has turned my butt, my bottom Raven Black. One moment, madam, sensing. Okay, because of course the landlady sensed that she's trying to sound sarcastic, okay, and she doesn't like what she's hearing from him. Okay, madam, I pleaded, and she's about to end the call, right? She's about to hang up. Okay, madam, I pleaded. Would you rather see for yourself? And that's how the poem ended. Again, how does the poem end? Hello? Okay, last question. Vanessa, can you hear me? Vanessa, hello? Soriano Chanel, hello? Can you hear me? How about Mary Joy? Mary Joy, hello? Mary Joy Almoguera? All right. How about Dante? Dante, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dante. Okay, how did the poem end again? Did they what? Were they able to what? Was he able to get the deal? Was he finally renting his place there? How did it end? How did it end? Who hung up first?
The landlady, sir.
Okay, who's talking? Okay, Hazelyn, the landlady. Okay. What else? Why do you think she hung up first?
Sir, because she thinks that the guy is being sarcastic.
Okay. That? Why do you think? Okay. He sounds very sarcastic.
Because the man in the telephone, sir, is mad because she got discriminated by the landlady.
Okay. And
So
then
she
he was
along with the landlady.
What else? How about his mentioning of his butt? Did it make the landlady get
uncomfortable,
mad?
sir?
Okay, uncomfortable. And it made her more mad, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And lastly, how did he finish the call? How did he finish the call? Madam, would you rather see for yourself?
He asked the landlady if she wants to see the man. So
okay. And confirm, right, whether he's telling the truth or not, whether there are really parts of his body which is white.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we're done engaging with the poem. And now I want to introduce to you what chamber theater is. Okay, so in chamber theater, narration is included in the performed text, and the narrator might be played by multiple actors. So we're not done, okay, with one poem from Wally Suyinka. We're going to read now another poem from Mr. Yambo Hilugem. This is titled When Black Men's Feet Speak Out. Okay. So earlier, you learned about what interpretive reading is. Now this is chamber theater. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll share my screen now. Okay, here it is. And black men speak out. In here, the guy here was accused of being a cannibal because he's black. Okay, so he was forcing him to spit out a man out of him. Okay, it sounds ridiculous, right? So he was what? He was threatened to get killed if he doesn't what? If he doesn't tell them what happened to the lost guy, okay, the lost tourist. Okay, so he got accused of being a cannibal.
People think I'm a cannibal, but you know how people talk?
People see that I have a red gums, but then, what's the white ones? Hurrah for tomatoes!
People say that archery has a many tourists coming nowadays. But you know, we are in America, and nobody has cash.
People think it's all my fault and that they're afraid of my teeth. But look, my teeth are white, not.
People are pretty nasty, and they say a couple of tourists buried alive.
Or maybe grilled, so I said, which is it? Is it grilled or boiled? Then they shut up. I took an easy. Look at my gums. Hurrah for tomatoes!
Everyone knows that they grow things in a farming community harm for vegetables.
Everyone says that no farmer can live off his vegetables. And I'm pretty husky guy for someone so underdeveloped. And no good wife who lives on tourists. Down with my teeth.
So all of a sudden, I was surrounded, tied up, thrown to the ground at the feet of justice.
Cannibal or not cannibal? Yes or no? You think you're pretty clever, playing high and mighty?
Well, see about that. I settle your heart. You're sentenced to death. Poor thing, what are your last words?
And I yelled, hurrah for tomatoes!
People are no good. And humans are pretty. Inquisitive bunch. There happened to be one of the curious crowd.
Who happened with a burst like a shuttle and the gravel of a leaky pot opened his stomach, and I'm sure that Daddy is still inside.
With no knives around, which is understandable with the vegetarians of the Western world.
Somebody grabbed Gillette blood and very patiently
Slash.
They opened up my belly.
And there they found a tomato field in a pool, washed by streams flowing with a palm tree wine.
Hurrah for tomatoes!
Sir, muted ka po.
They see inside. What did I see inside? He got a
you think you're pretty clever?
He is vegetarian. Okay, he was insisting to them, I am a vegetarian. Hurrah for tomatoes. Hurrah for vegetables. Okay. No, you're a cannibal. Okay. My daddy is still inside you. Okay. You have eaten him alive, eaten him up. Okay. And then they tied him up, opened his stomach, and we're sure, okay, that old guy is still inside your tummy. With no knives around, they grab a Gillette blade and very patiently. What happened to the guy in the end? Did he die? What do you think? What do you think? Did he die? Carl? When someone tries to open your belly, would you be able to survive?
No, sir.
Okay. So they open up my belly, and what did they find out? They found a tomato inside his stomach. Okay. So they were very wrong. Okay. So again, this is titled When Black Men's Teeth Speak Out. Okay. So another poem that tells many stories and struggles of discriminations in their continent, in Africa in general, right? Okay, so again, this is an example of a chamber theater. Okay, unlike in interpretive reading, where you passionately read it with emotions, okay, in here, you can read it with a script, okay. And since they could not, and this is supposed to be read in a group, okay, you're supposed to read it in a group. Unlike in interpretive reading, you can actually read it. It can be read by just one person, okay, and do multiple characters. But in here, it's like, again, it's theater play, okay. So since they your batchmates, your schoolmates, or classmates from GAS 2 and UMS 4, okay, and UMS 3 could not meet at this time due to the pandemic, of course, they only made it appear that that they're throwing lines at each other, that they're actually in one place. So very, very nice, okay? This is led by Mr. Dante Benavente from UMS 4, okay? Another example of chamber theater, okay? So now, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to prepare your bond paper, okay, your bond paper and your marker and your coloring materials for our individual activity. So I'm gonna end this meeting, okay, and again, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to prepare materials, and your instructions will be given later on. Am I clear? And I'm asking you to turn your camera on later for our picture taking, because that's our last activity, the slogan making activity, okay? So I'm requesting you to, to freshen up, to ready your camera so we could take pictures of what's going on, okay? Did I make myself clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ready your camera, okay? Ready your slogan activity materials. I'll end this now. I'll give you another link, final link. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in response with the theme of the two literary pieces or poems that we have discussed this afternoon, okay, I have asked the group led by Mr. Christian Amamag to come up with or to present, okay, a poem, okay, to present a campaign song or poem in response with the theme of racial discrimination displayed in the poem. Okay, so let us all watch this.
Have you ever been discriminated because of the color of your skin, the way how you move, or what gender you are in? Have you ever been disrespected for your physical appearance, for being you? Growing up in this generation is different. It's not difficult, not painstaking, nor is it insatiable in its desire. It's not hard, just different. Imagine being assaulted because you were black. Imagine going to prison, your life a time lapse. What if there was a world where humanity had no color?
Some people carry their own flag, as includes the nationality they brag. Sense of superiorities thus differentiates, so many people still judged by their race. For such they never ought to be a place, and against those different they discriminate. Affair goes those untruthful words I do recall, there's no such a thing as a fair go for all. Though we live in a so-called democracy, of racism we will never be free. Judging you by where you came from as the color of your skin, for many equality and respect seems to win.
At a glimpse of our eyes, many of us have suffered. Why? I must ask. They are just similar to us. Human will live on earth, distinct and colored. A race where all of us differ from one another. Some are even against equality. Among the equal treatment, that skin color won't matter. Discrimination that makes every race suffer. Their voices are not heard accurately and considered as invalid.
Because of this, children are intoxicated with a false belief that any skin color contemplates the importance of a person. A similar situation when you have the pig, but it is not necessary, because the significance is not determined by the race, but in the heart without savagery.
You act like you know how it feels, but you're privileged enough to not know how it suffers. Being white is a privilege, but being black is a disadvantage. Don't you dare tell me it's not. Your action tells that you got. But please, won't you realize that these people you idealize as people with no goals are actually nice people with good souls?
We are not animals. We are not slaves. We live in this country. This is our country. We have the same rights as you do. The reason why you don't have the right to abuse. So how dare you put me down, question my ethnicity? I'm still a shade of brown. And I'm sorry if I don't live up to your black norms. But I live in this world with segregated dorms. Society crushes me, tells me I'm ugly.
Copying my features, they must think it's funny. I'm not trying to be mean. But I live in a society covered in white sheen. Sorry to bother you, but should I get out? Cause the hate you give leaves me no doubt that I'm not the help that you need, but the hidden figures I'd like to see. That I should stop trying to be black and just try to be me.
Discrimination exists in this world.
you they could have such a negative attitude? They are concerned about your ethnicity, but they should keep things simple. People in this world are discriminating. Why don't we change things?
Everyone should have rights. You stand up and help to fight. Just take some time to say hi. We are all under the same sky.
Discrimination that has a big impact to them that didn't know how to act. They need love and appreciation. It gives them a relaxation. Black rights are human rights. They bring many advantages in our life. So don't let us drag them down. We are just making ourselves clowns.
Racial discrimination brings destruction to our world full of trust, love, and acceptation. Let our eyes clear and ears to open to those black men shouting for their rights for a very long time. We learn to stand, fight for our rights. Not worries because we will not do the same wrongdoings just to be heard. We want to understand for a society.
So every pain and hatred are used as blocks to build our own castle, to protect ourselves to the people who want to keep us down. We're born to have rights, and we're born equal. Everyone is deserved freedom. So why some people think that black people is different to us?
And all human beings are for free and equal. We need to understand no matter what's the color, they deserve equal treatment and support to protect them. Remove from their mentality that they are not different. Because our world needs balance. Equality is for everyone.
Never judge on color or skin. That will improve the world we live in. Hold hands with black and white, and together we will continue this fight. You have your rights, and so am I. We hate to be laughed at, and so am I. Because we are the same. Not by color,
By age,
by gender,
but how we contribute to the betterness of the world.
How we embrace others regardless of their colors.
Protect ourselves to the people who want to keep us down. We're born to have rights, and we're born equal. Everyone is deserved freedom. So why some people think that black people is different to us?
And all human beings are for free and equal. We need to understand no matter what's the color, they deserve equal treatment and support to protect them. Remove from their mentality that they are not different from us. Because our world needs balance. Equality is for everyone.
Never judge on color or skin. That will improve the world we live in. Hold hands with black and white, and together we will continue this fight. You have your rights, and so am I. We hate to be laughed at, and so am I. Because we are the same. Not by color,
By age,
by gender,
but how we contribute to the betterness of the world.
How we embrace others regardless of their colors.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yes. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
very powerful. Okay. Okay, Mr. Amamag and Company. Are you here? Amamag and Company? Who made that
Yes.
video
Yes po.
campaign possible. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you feel now that it's being presented, okay, in front of your classmates and schoolmates? What do you feel now?
I think it gives us a voice for the black peoples po, and give awareness na stop bullying about their colors. Also in a just like we said in the last part, age, gender, we have all rights to say that our own rights and perfection.
Okay. You also have included the issue of LGBT, right? Okay, so that's very powerful. Okay, that in all forms of discrimination, you also have included that. Okay, so good news to all your schoolmates. Okay, those videos that I have shown earlier are now available on YouTube. Okay, so I'll be sending to you the links, okay, and you can rewatch all these videos online at your own pace. Okay, so that's good news that it's available online and it's shared to public audience. Okay, so let's go back to my presentation. Okay, again, I'm requesting everybody to turn your camera on as we are about to end this discussion. Okay. Is your camera on now? Okay, so this time around for our valuing activity, I have asked our selected students from 11 UMS 4, okay, to get inspired from the poems that we have discussed today from Africa, okay, and from African authors such as Mr. Wally Soyinka and Mr. Yambo Kilugem, okay. And they have come up with the song One Day. Okay, so this is not their original song, but this is their rendition of the song One Day. So this is their vision, this is their dream that one day we could all address these issues of all forms of discrimination in the world. Okay, so now, as I play their MP3, okay, their recorded song, okay, rendition, I will ask you to make a slogan your campaign against all forms of discrimination in the world. Okay, so again, this is brought to you by some selected students from 11 UMS 4 led by Mr. Dominic Oral. So as I play the music, you may begin showing your slogan, okay? Are your slogans ready? Here it is.
Sometimes tears are drown, but I never let it get me down. So the negativity surround. I know someday now we all turn around because
all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say
that we don't wanna fight no more. There will be no more wars and our children are better placed. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down.
Let me down.
So the negativity surrounds. I know someday now we all turn around because one day, one day, one day,
one day, one day, one day.
we all lose, yes we all lose everything on the souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving while the waters stay raging.
In this maze you can lose your way,
Your way.
I try to guide you, but don't let face you no way.
No way. Sometimes in my tears I drown,
But it never let me get me down.
let me down.
So when negativity surrounds,
I hope someday now we all turn around because one day, one day, one day, one day,
one day we'll be changed. People they say,
stop with the violence.
down with the hate. One day we all be free and proud to be under the same sun. Sing our freedom like I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There will be no more wars, all the children will say.
Sometimes the light under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So the next.
All right, hello. Okay, so let's take picture first. Please take pictures. Okay, so please bear with me. Okay, this takes a while. Okay, before I capture everything. Everybody, turn your camera on. Okay, and let's take pictures while you're holding those slogans. Okay. How many? How many? Okay, so we have two screens. Okay. So we're going to take pictures without the music, and later on I'm gonna play the music while taking pictures or taking videos. Okay. So please bear with me. Just hold it. Okay. So now first screen. Okay. Wait a minute. You also take pictures, okay? You also take pictures. Wait a minute.
Habang hawak
Yes, yes.
yun, sir.
Yeah. Joshua,
Sir, SS.
Emerson, Vicada, Espino, please again. So display your slogans now. Okay, don't move, don't move. 1, 2. Okay, wait a minute. I'm saving it. Wow, okay. You're all on your costumes. Very good. Okay, one more. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. One more. Second screen. How about the others? Take pictures as well, okay? Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. How many screens do I have here? Okay. I'm still waiting for others. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, okay? Okay. Taking pictures. Okay. Make sure that you also take pictures, okay? Ivan, are you taking pictures? Also take pictures, okay? Wait a minute. This takes a while. How about you, Dante? Where's your slogan? Where's Almogera? Okay, Almogera.
Sir, nasa work pa. Hindi ako maka-up.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I want to take pictures. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who else are in their costumes? Okay, Dana, Mary Joy. Who else? I may have missed others who are in costumes. Okay, Vanessa. Okay. Okay, and Christian. Okay, very good. Okay, wow. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm taking pictures. Don't move.
Sir, wait po.
Okay. Without music. Later with music. Okay, now I'm going to play the music.
Sir, hawak pa rin namin, sir.
Yeah, yes. Wait a minute. Keep on holding it. Wait a minute, okay.
The light under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon. Cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown. But I never let it get me down. So the negativity surround. I know someday now we all turn around because my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There will no more wars and our children are better placed. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. Let me down. So the negativity surrounds. I know someday now we all turn around because one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. We all lose, yes, we all lose that reveal on the souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving while the waters stay raging. In this maze, you can lose your way. Your way, I try to guide you, but don't let it face you no way. No way. Sometimes in my tears I drown. Let me down when negativity surrounds. One day we all be changed to people the same. Stop with the violence. I'll be free. And waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna.
Wait a minute, okay? I'm still taking pictures. You also take pictures, guys. All right, it's over. Thank you very much for all your efforts. Okay, especially who are in costumes right now. I want you to take your pictures yourselves. Okay, I may have not I may have not captured all your preparations and all your appearances for today, but again, send me, okay, all your pictures. You take selfies. All right, so you can now put that down. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You can now put that down. Now let's take pictures without it. Okay. You take pictures, okay, Christian, Dante, Carl, Karen, everyone else, okay? Take pictures of what's going on. Okay, let's take pictures. Oh, wait a minute. Gallery view, okay. Okay, 1 minute. One more. All right, okay. So at this point, I'm very much impressed, okay, with all your performances, with all your responses and interpretations for the poems discussed this afternoon. Okay. For my UMS 3, okay, it's been a wonderful semester teaching you literature. Okay. It might be very difficult for us since we only meet on Messenger and sometimes on Zoom or on Google Meet, but we're able to make it. We're now at the end of the school year, okay? But I hope you're able to learn something memorable from me, okay? And to the rest of my advisees and students, GAS 2, UMS 4, and ICT 4. Okay, I'm very much privileged, okay, to have handled such amazing batch. Okay? So again, maraming salamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat. Okay, guys, hindi ako nagkamali na kayo ang nakasama ko sa birthday ko today. Actually, birthday ko ngayon. At hindi ako nagkamali na kayo ang kasama ko ngayong araw. Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday, sir.
Ayan.
Thank you po.
Okay, so
Happy
bakasyon na
birthday,
finally,
sir.
Jonas from ICT4. Yan, I'm very much blessed to have had such amazing batch. Okay? Yon, so congratulations.